People always ask me, like, why did you start the politics thing? The answer is Donald Trump. Like, I'm only here because of Donald Trump. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, I wouldn't be into politics at all. And the reason why is when I was 10 years old and I saw him on the debate stage at the Republican primary debate stage, I saw him just roasting everybody and just see what's great about Trump is he's entertaining, he's funny, and he's smart. What he was saying, his policies are great. His catch lines are great too, like Lion Ted, Little Marco. I always loved all of it. He's like a real person. He's like a real person. He's not boring because politics have always been boring. And people understand how many new people Donald Trump brought into politics just by being being a human being and talking like a person, being funny, having jokes, and not reading a teleprompter.
Have you ever found yourself disagreeing with Trump on some things?
Yeah, I have.
What are some of those things?
One of the things I disagree with him. See, the things I disagree with him on, they're not that bad. So one of the things I disagree with him on is him promoting the vaccine and promoting the coronavirus vaccine, because I'm an anti-vaxxer. I've never had a vaccine in my life, so I'm not a big vaccine person. But him promoting the vaccine, I'm not a big fan of that. But at the same time, he also promoted hydroxychloroquine, and he also he allowed people the right to not get the vaccine. He's just promoting it. So I really don't care. It doesn't matter that much. It would be really bad if you would try forcing it on people. But I think what he's doing is just playing politics with that. So it's not really that bad.
Can I ask, why wouldn't you, get the COVID-19 vaccine when, someone you have a lot of respect for and support a lot, Donald Trump, has gotten it and, has said, it is safe. Why wouldn't you get it then?
I've never had a vaccine in my life. I'm completely healthy. I'm completely fine. I don't see a reason, especially for the coronavirus vaccine. It's a 98% survival rate for younger people. And even for older people, it's like 94 or like 95%. So I don't see a need to get it. I never had a vaccine in my life. I'm completely fine. I don't see a need.
In your view, who won the 2020 election?
Donald Trump.
Why do you say that, despite the fact Trump acknowledged, Biden is the president, and there was, it passed through, every legal, place that was required to be certified?
He acknowledged that Biden was the president, but he's never said that Biden won the election. Biden took the election and he's president now. So he's like a fraudulent president. I think the election was stolen because, well, first off, you have audits going on right now. You have audits going on right now when you're looking to the election. And it looks like, I think his name is Merrick Garland. He's looking into that, and that would not be a good thing. But the anti-Trumpers always bring up, you have 60 court cases and no proof in any of them. That's not really true because the judges wouldn't accept it. And they had a big Supreme Court case where they were going to bring it up. It was Texas from other states bringing it up to the Supreme Court, and they wouldn't even hear the case. You have just so much stuff, and it's really the Supreme Court's fault. Trump appointed 3 of those justices. You have Brett Kavanaugh and so many more, like 2 more, and they just didn't have the courage, I guess, to do it. But they should have at least heard the evidence, not just declined.
What about even Mike Pence certifying it on January 6th? Surely that's evidence that Biden won legitimately.
Not to me, because to be honest with you, I was never that big of a Pence fan. He was okay. He was kind of too quiet for me. He also went to see Pence kind of had like a falling out, I guess you could say, because he did that of verifying the election, which I know he had to do, but he also went to Biden's inauguration, and he's just always been too quiet for me because him being there, he was supposed to just be their toned down Trump. If anything, I would like Trump to be toned up. Okay, so I don't really care about Pence.
There are obviously those conspiracies going around with, nothing really to back them up, that Trump will be reinstated as president in August. Do you believe in those kind of theories, like QAnon?
I don't. Okay. Lots of very nice people say that he'll be reinstated. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'm just as in the dark as any American citizen. I hope they're right. I don't know, but I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think so, but I have but maybe, I don't know.
you recently tweeted, quote, "We must investigate child trafficking and anyone tied to it." Let's start with Joe Biden. What about Trump, who was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, who at the time he died in 2019 was facing several sex trafficking charges?
That's an amazing question. So I would say the main reason, or my favorite thing that Trump has done, has been his takedown of child sex trafficking. If you look at Foster Sesta, if you look at so many things, but Trump's Epstein relationship is actually a good thing in my eyes, because he was friends with Epstein in like the early 2000s, before it was like really known by everyone that he was like a pedophile. And as soon as what it looks like was Trump just thought he liked young women like 20 or like 21 or 22. He just like younger people. He didn't know that they were like children. When Epstein tried to traffic a girl, I think it was a 16-year-old girl, or 14 or 16 at Mar-a-Lago. Trump banned him from Mar-a-Lago. He also was the first to report Epstein to Palm Beach police. And this is not like a conspiracy theory. This is like from Business Insider. This is like known stuff. He also was one of the only high-profile celebrities to testify against Epstein in 2009. So Trump has done a lot of things to, fight back against Epstein. But this is kind of a funny story, but there was a bidding war for a property in Mar-a-Lago, I think it was like 2004. And of course, Trump won, but Epstein was trying to win this property too. And Trump won, and after Trump beat Epstein, he reported him to Palm Beach police and was the first person to ever report him to police, which is a great thing. But Trump also arrested more child traffickers than any other president in the history of anything in America. And it's not just America, also the world. We have never seen this many child traffickers arrested. He gave 400 and I think it was $30 million in 2019 to fight it. He gave 100 million in 2020. He gave 35 million with William Barr and Ivanka. Gave 35 million to give him housing and things, therapy, stuff like that. So he's done so much stuff with child trafficking. And also, if you look at people who went to Epstein's Island, whoever went there, you have Bill Clinton, Bill Gates. I never saw Bill Clinton do any of that. I never really saw Bill Clinton distance himself at all, and nowhere close to where Trump did. Bill Clinton has always kind of been like radio silent on it. All the people who went to Epstein's Island are for the most part, anti-Trump. The only person who's really not is Alan Dershowitz, but he's still a Democrat. So, but there you go.
We always talk about misinformation and disinformation and those kind of terms. You've got obviously the main social media sites, trying to clamp down on that. And a lot of that is purportedly coming from people who are, like you, Trump supporters. From what you've seen, is misinformation really that big of a problem in, the Trump fan base, kind of?
It's a problem in the anti-Trump fan base. I don't see it as a problem in the Trump fan base at all, because the Trump supporters are just looking at people who are putting out facts. And I have been fact-checked a couple times by Instagram and Facebook for some of the most stupid reasons ever. I posted a post in October saying that Trump beat the coronavirus, which is just true. He beat the coronavirus in like 2 days. That's just true. And Facebook fact-checked and said, no, the coronavirus is not man-made. I never said in the post that the coronavirus was man-made, but okay. What was really funny is it turns out that Fauci says, well, we're going to be looking into if this virus was created in a lab. So the complete bull reason that they fact-checked me turned out to be even like it actually was man-made. It's turning out. So there's that. I would say, well, you have the left who calls Trump a pedophile all the time. No proof of that at all. The left is the conspiracy theorists, not the right.
Do you ever fact check some of the stuff you share? Because I noticed you recently retweeted something that happened here in Australia, a man being dragged out of a pub by security guards. Now, the post said the man had been murdered and that it was because of a mask. That's not true. So do you fact check?
I'm in retweet groups. The way I get followers on Twitter, I'm a part of these retweet groups where people send their stuff, and I'll send my stuff, and everyone retweets it. Someone said that in one of those retweet groups, and I just retweeted it. I do not fact check the tweets in those retweet groups, but I can unretweet it. But with that specific story, I did not know that. No. But yeah, if you look at what happened with Hunter Biden, he said the N-word It turned out he calls white people the N-word. He calls black people he calls everyone the N-word in these text messages that were leaked. If you look at the Hunter Biden laptop scandal, which wasn't even a scandal with the mainstream media, because they just wouldn't cover it. Twitter shut it down. Twitter shut down the New York Post's account, who has been, I think they've been around for 100 years. So they're a newspaper. And they were shutting down the Hunter Biden story where he's on a laptop doing some very questionable things. And Trump was on a locker room tape from 2000, I think it was 6, saying grab him by the P word or pussy, whatever you want to say, grab him by there. And it was on the news stations 24/7 all day, every day.
Yeah, but can you make the argument that he was, at that time, he was a presidential candidate? Hunter Biden is not the president. He's never run for president. Isn't it, wouldn't it be more important to cover... Yeah. I'm not saying they shouldn't cover the Hunter Biden story, but shouldn't they be covering, something about someone who many people were considering voting for back in 2015 and 16, compared to something, after the election, who no one was going to vote for anyway because he was not running?
Yeah, you can make that argument, but then you run into a problem where when you look at what the media was doing to Trump's children, the media went after Eric Trump they were claiming that he did a fundraising scam. The media went after all of Trump's kids. Okay, the media even went after Barron, the amazing, very tall Barron. They even went after him.
How'd they go after Barron? I didn't see anything going after Barron Trump.
You had an SNL writer who said that he's going to be a school shooter who got fired for that. You have a whole bunch of stuff. They went after literally all of them. Of all of them, they went after all of them. They're still going after them right now. If you look at the whole the New York investigation, the prosecutor invested into Trump's New York business, the Trump organization. They're going after Trump's kids right now, and Trump's not president anymore, so why is he? Anyway, but they wouldn't even really cover Joe Biden scandals at all. So they won't cover Hunter Biden or Joe Biden scandals. They never really covered any scandal. They never even looked into, like, there are so many endless videos. You can just look it up of him like sniffing children, being kind of weird with children. They never covered any of that. If Trump did it, they would cover it 24/7. There was the "You Ain't Black" thing, which everyone's heard of because of the right, but no, I never saw CNN play it. CNN never had a 24/7 loop of Joe Biden's racist statements. He said, the media, which this is just kind of nuts. Okay, the media is what they are, is an anti-Trump part. They're a wing of the Democrat Party. They're just there to trash Trump all the time. And this is just how it is. They want to attack Biden for anything, even if Biden or his son. But I think but what's bad about Biden is Biden got his son a job with Burisma, and he's not an expert at all on energy. Okay, and I don't. So Joe Biden, because he's the vice president, got his unqualified son a high-profile job, that should be covered because that is Joe Biden getting his son a job, and the media would not really cover that. So they don't cover anything.
Yeah, well, I should point out, to all, because I'm sure you've got plenty of viewers who, might see you, they've never seen me before. I should point out we did cover that Hunter Biden laptop story back in, I think it was October. We got a lot of hate for that, obviously, but it's hard to be on buzz. Are you worried about the future of America with Biden as president?
I'm not really worried because I have faith in God, and I believe, and I think that Trump will come back by 2024 at least. By then, and he'll be able to fix it. I think there is one good thing that Biden is doing. One good thing, and it's not what you think I'm going to say. People are realizing how terrible Biden is just by saying, well, first off, there are so many of these people who vote, well, I just didn't like Trump because he seemed mean, or he seemed kind of rude, or he seemed kind of like a mean, over-the-top, obnoxious person. So they voted for Biden because Biden seemed like the nice guy. Well, they're like, well, I kind of like low gas, and I kind of liked the entertainment of the media, and it's gone now because he's boring and he's kind of lame.
Well, sorry to interrupt, but wasn't those, the gas prices already, going up, and was, the fuel pipeline shut down, that wasn't exactly controlled by Biden, was it?
It was because of the hacking.
Yeah, but that wasn't Biden hacking.
Well, there was never a hacking under Trump. So there was never a gas problem under Trump, is what I'm saying. There was never a problem under Trump. So I'm just pointing that out. There was never a gas problem under Trump. And there's so many other things. The media, it's really funny. The media was saying, oh, we can't wait so Trump loses. So when he loses, we can stop talking about Trump, talking about Joe Biden. The media is still talking about Trump all the time.
Trump 2024, it's certainly a proposal. What is the legal voting age where you are?
18.
So you could vote for him next if he does run again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your merchandise collection behind you. There's quite a lot. How did you get it all, and why? Why did you feel the need to stock up this room with so many got Trump teddies, the almost a life-size model there. You got framed pictures. Why is that?
It's a life-size mannequin. This is Trump too, by the way, in high school. So I'm obviously obsessed with Trump, but that's pretty obvious. But I will say this. So you have a lot of so I'm big on Instagram and Facebook. That's my main spot. Trump retweeted me on Twitter, and I was trying to get him to retweet me. Trump's not on Twitter anymore, so like my motive to be even on Twitter anymore is kind of not really there because Trump's not on there anymore. But you have a lot of these creators who are like on Instagram and Facebook, and they're doing this solely to grift. They're only here to make money. They don't believe in anything they're saying. They're probably nice people, but they don't actually believe in anything they're saying. They're just here to grift people. Okay, I'm actually here, and I buy Trump stuff. Okay, I'm not like I actually believe in what I'm saying. I think this is kind of proof that I actually believe in what I'm saying. Okay, and if you think this is a lot, you've seen nothing. The other wall is even more crazy. I have another mannequin over here. But yeah, I'm obsessed with Trump. Obviously, I have a Trump obsession. I like it a lot. Yeah, there you go.
Well, that obsession's certainly evident. Really do appreciate you talking to us, Reed. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.